Hello there, my name is Eprynce and I welcome you to the Worship Leaders Digest. The Worship Leaders Digest is designed for everyone who desires to lead worship in a corporate setting, be it churches, conferences, and what have you. And today we'll be talking about how to mature, how to grow and mature as a worship leader. Now it is important to grow and mature in whatever thing you do. Now think about a child. Think about giving birth to a child. First month, second, third, 1 year, 2 years. When the child is supposed to crawl, he doesn't crawl. When he's supposed to walk, he does not walk. When he's supposed to speak, he or she doesn't speak. You as the father, mother, would be concerned and you would do everything within your reach to make sure that the child performs at the speed by which he or she is supposed to perform. That is the same thing, it applies to what we're talking about. You need to desire, strive to grow and mature in praise and worship leading. Now there are points that we're going to highlight. Okay, number one is, first, you should receive the ministry that has been given to you. It's important to note that God has given every one of us the ministry of reconciliation. Now, yours may be through teaching, yours may be through writing. For the other person, it may be through music, leading worship. Now, remember, for those of you who have gone through the university in this part of the world, okay, I remember when I gained admission into the university, I needed to fill an acceptance form and submit. That states that that authenticates my admission. On my own part, it shows that I am accepting the admission the university had given to me. All right, if I didn't accept it, my admission would be nullified at some point. In this same way that you receive the ministry which God has given to you, the ministry that God has put inside you, it's important that you receive it. 2 Corinthians 5:18, the Bible says that all this is from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ and gave us the ministry of reconciliation. So when we understand that God has given us a ministry for us to carry out, there's a responsibility on our own part to receive it and run with it. Okay, so point number 2, when you have received the ministry that God has given to you, that of reconciliation, the next thing you should do is to develop hunger for it. Develop the hunger to move from point A to point B. Now, one of the ways people grow in things, whatever vocation it is hunger. Remember that for a lot of persons, when you don't grow hungry, you will not eat, because there may not really be need for eating. I am saying for a lot of persons. All right. Now, where there is no hunger, there is really no growth, and most times growth will be stunted. So it's important that you develop hunger towards growing and maturing as a praise and worship leader. Okay, you cannot move from point A to point B without first having the desire to do so. Imagine making this video. I had the desire to do it. I had the desire to do it, and I made extra efforts to put my crew together to make this video, and I had the hunger for it. If there was no hunger, I wouldn't have been able to do so. So it's important we develop hunger for what we want to do. Then number 3, there's a need to improve your craft. improve your crafts. And this is an important way of transforming yourself from the ordinary, transforming your ordinary day into an extraordinary one. Mastering your craft. When you think of yourself as a craftsman, then you can think of your work as an art. A craftsman makes artistic stuff. So when you see yourself as a craftsman, you now approach your work as an art. Okay, so as you improve your art, you are improving your ability, you're widening your reach, you are improving your reach as well. Okay, remember that mastery comes with constant practice. Mastery comes with constant practice. Think of when you first learned driving. First, you started with sitting in the car and turning on the ignition, and your instructor must have said, place your, if you were learning with a manual transmission car, place your left leg on the clutch and your right leg holding the brake, and then when you engage to gear 1, gradually release your leg from the brake and place it on the accelerator, and then release your left leg gradually and pedal down the accelerator. Okay, so you started from there, and when you must have learned all this, how to move the car, you learned the next thing was to move from your streets into the other streets, and then into the main road. And when you started moving into the express, it took you time, and for most of us, for like me, the first day I drove with I drove a long distance with just gear 1 and 2 when I had gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so and that's how it happened. As time went on, I was able to use gear 5. I was able to travel interstate. I was able to do long distance trips. Okay, and that is how it is for every one of us who wants to do this. When you improve your craft with constant practice, you will one day get to that enviable height you want to get to. Then the next point is, we should always know that one door will always open another. One door will always open another. Have you always thought that God made you a one-way traffic? God made you a one-way traffic man? No. God never make anyone to a one-way traffic man. If you had thought it, it's time for me to burst your bubbles. Let me burst your bubbles. God has made many open ways, many ways open to us. But those other ways of ministry, careers, and all that would not open if you don't pay attention to that one you know, that one you have, the one you think is the one-way traffic, the one you think is the only one you have. Now, look at 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 3. It says, His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. Now look at the word there, everything. The Bible didn't say His divine grace has given us one thing. The Bible says His divine grace has given us everything. So when you understand that you have everything, but you need to pay attention to one. You need to pay attention to that one you think is the only thing you have. When you pay attention to it and keep working at it, keep developing it, you will see that other ways would open. Other parts of you, other hidden parts of you would open. So you are never a one-way traffic man. Alright? So I say this to say that, in conclusion, we should pay attention to our desire, our hunger, because whatever is working, someone is working at it. as you keep working on yourself, keep working on your crafts and everything, I assure you that one day you would become the person who has grown and matured in your art of becoming an excellent worship leader. Till I come your way next time, I urge you to kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on your notification bell so that you will be the first to receive notifications for our future video uploads. Also, you can drop your comments and questions, and then also share this video to your friends and loved ones who you know will need it. I encourage you to remain in the atmosphere of worship. God bless you.